the Toy Story movies from 1 to 10. Toy Story 1. The story follows Woody, a toy cowboy and the leader of Andy's Toys, a boy who adores them. Woody is Andy's favorite toy until he receives a new and modern action toy for his birthday, Buzz Lightyear. Buzz believes he is a real space ranger and not a toy, which generates rivalry with Woody, who fears losing his place as the favorite. Woody's jealousy causes an accident in which Buzz falls out the window and the other toys believe he did it on purpose. Woody, when looking for him, both end up trapped in the house of Sid, a cruel boy who tortures toys. Buzz realizes that he is actually a toy and falls into an existential crisis where Woody helps him reconsider. Together they learn to trust each other and manage to escape with the help of Sid's toys. Back with Andy, Woody and Buzz cooperate to reach the moving truck before the family moves, and in the end, they manage to reunite with Andy just in time. After this, Woody and Buzz become friends and accept their place in Andy's life. Toy Story 2. Woody is kidnapped by Al, a toy collector, who plans to sell him to a museum in Japan. In his new home, Woody meets Jessie, Bullseye, and the Prospector, who convince him to stay. Meanwhile, Buzz Lightyear and Andy's other toys embark on a rescue mission where they would meet Barbie and even a new Buzz fresh out of the packaging. When Andy's toys finally reach Woody, he initially doesn't want to go with them, but after reconsidering, Woody decides to return to Andy, but this time taking the new toys with him. This is when the Prospector tries to stop it. After a chase at the airport, Buzz and his friends manage to save Woody and his new companions, except for the Prospector, who gets trapped with a mischievous girl. Finally, Woody returns to Andy, accepting that one day he will grow up, but enjoying the time he has left with him. Toy Story 3. Andy prepares to go to college and decides to keep his toys in the attic, but a mistake causes them to end up being donated to Sunnyside Daycare. At first, it seems like a good place, but soon they discover that they are trapped under the control of Lotso, a toy that rules with an iron fist and lets the new toys suffer the abuse of the youngest kids. Woody, who initially escaped and is taken to another house after hearing the full story of the daycare, and Lotso decides to return to save his friends, and together they plan a risky escape. After intense events, during their escape, they are taken to the dump and later to an incinerator. And when everything seems to be lost, they are rescued by the aliens with the mechanical claw. Later, Lotso is found by humans who work at the dump and is placed at the front of a truck. Finally, Woody leaves a message for Andy suggesting he donate the toys to Bonnie, a little girl who will take care of them with love. Andy says goodbye to them with quite some nostalgia, even playing with Bonnie for the last time before leaving for college. This is when the toys begin a new stage in their life with their new owner. Toy Story 4. Here we see Woody, Buzz Lightyear, and the rest of the toys in a new adventure when Bonnie creates a toy named Forky with a plastic spork. Forky, who doesn't consider himself a toy, constantly tries to escape, and Woody feels responsible for keeping him safe. During a road trip with Bonnie and her family, Forky gets lost and Woody goes after him. In the process, he emotionally reunites with Bo Peep in an amusement park, who has changed a lot. She says she was separated from the other toys. After this, they end up in an antique store. While Woody tries to recover Forky, he meets the doll Gabby Gabby. Gabby, who wants Woody's voice box to fix herself and be adopted by a little girl. Buzz and the other toys try to rescue Woody and Forky. After an epic chase, Gabby Gabby finds a lonely girl who adopts her quickly, while Woody faces a dilemma: stay with Bonnie or live a free life with Bo Peep. In the end, Woody decides to stay with Bo Peep and say goodbye to his friends, leaving behind his life with Bonnie and beginning a new stage alongside Bo Peep and other lost toys. In Toy Story 5, several technologically upgraded, very modern Buzz Lightyears wake up on an abandoned beach. When synchronizing, they look for a way out and discover that they are on an island, so they try to contact Star Command. In parallel, Jessie remembers Emily, her former owner, while Bonnie promises to always love her. Bonnie plays a wedding between Forky and Karen, but gets distracted seeing her neighbors. Jessie and Bullseye investigate the neighborhood and discover that the children are absorbed by technology. Even some buried toys warn that the era of toys was over. Then, Bonnie's father gives her a LilyPad tablet that becomes her favorite. The toys confront it, but LilyPad assures that it can help Bonnie make more friends. Here is when Jessie contacts Woody. Bonnie is invited to a sleepover thanks to LilyPad, and Jessie and Bullseye hide among her things. Bonnie tries to impress her little friends with her toys, but they mock her, causing Bonnie to only use LilyPad. Jessie and Bullseye decide to follow her, but they both fall into a tree and are picked up by an old woman. And since Jessie had an address on her pants, they are taken to a farm linked to Emily. There lives a girl named Blaze who finds Bullseye, and Jessie meets toys abandoned by technology. Meanwhile, Woody arrives at Bonnie's house and reunites with his friends. In parallel, the lost Buzz Lightyears escape from the island and somehow find a laptop where they decide to go to Emily's house on the farm. Meanwhile, Jessie and Bullseye play with Blaze. Bonnie and Blaze agree to a meeting at the farm to return Jessie and Bullseye, but Bonnie, due to the mockery, decides to leave Jessie and Bullseye with Blaze. This causes Jessie to give up and ride away on a real horse. Finally, the lost Buzz Lightyears arrive at the farm and capture Woody, but Buzz reveals that Jessie is the leader, so they all look for her. Jessie finds memories of Emily and discovers that her daughter would bear her name. Meanwhile, LilyPad understands that it only wanted to help Bonnie and not harm her, so it decides to walk away. All the toys save LilyPad, and since they were very far away, LilyPad uses drone technology from the new Buzz Lightyears, and everyone returns to Bonnie's house. Over time, Bonnie and Blaze become friends, since they have a lot in common. The movie ends with the official wedding of Jessie and Buzz Lightyear, being a couple for all eternity. And in the post-credits scene, all the lost Buzz Lightyears appear falling from the sky, and all are adopted by an owner, thus ending the movie. In Toy Story 6, Bonnie and Blaze have grown up and are teenagers, being the best of friends. Both love their toys, but only displayed them on a shelf as a collection and memory. Buzz Lightyear, Jessie, and the others suffered in silence since they desired adventures and to serve their purpose as toys. Then, a toy named Archbox appears, an old figure obsessed with keeping them intact, locking them in display cases so they would never be touched. Jessie leads a rebellion, and Buzz Lightyear learns that being loved doesn't always mean being used as a toy, analyzing another purpose. Together they convince Archbox that memories live on even if they change, making Archbox stop being a villain. In the end, Bonnie cleans her toys one day, smiles, and leaves them as a collection, appreciating them, although not as they dreamed. In Toy Story 7, Bonnie is about to leave for college and was going to leave Buzz Lightyear, Jessie, and the other toys displayed as a collection in her room. Although she appreciated them, she never touched them again. One night, tired of the silence, they all planned to fall to the floor to be remembered. Bonnie, finding them messy, stares at her old friends and comes up with the brilliant idea of calling Andy. He, very excited, tells her that his son Tommy would dream of playing with them. During the moo, a Lotso appears, who had returned. He would be hardened by years of revenge. He sabotages the box and separates Buzz and Jessie, activating a trash compactor to destroy them. Buzz Lightyear resists, but in the end, they all get trapped. When the metal begins to close, Woody and Bo Peep appear, saving their friends before getting crushed. Buzz and Woody face Lotso in a final battle, managing to push him into the trash compactor, completely crushing Lotso. In the end, the toys return. Bonnie notices that Woody was in her collection and takes them to Andy, who, very happy and full of emotion, gives them to his son Tommy, thus beginning a new adventure. In Toy Story 8, Woody and Buzz Lightyear live happy days with Tommy, Andy's son. Every afternoon, they feel loved again, playing as heroes, cowboys, and astronauts. Woody, quite excited about this new stage, leaves his mission of rescuing lost toys for a while. But everything changes when Tommy walks down the street with his toys in his open backpack, and Sid, now being a lonely and obsessed adult, recognizes them. Remembering his childhood traumas, he decides on a plan for revenge. Sid steals the toys and locks them in his old workshop full of captured toys. Sid tries to force them to move in front of a machine and cameras to prove to the world that they are alive. Woody and Buzz Lightyear discover the other toys and plan a massive rescue, but Sid discovers them and prepares an internet broadcast. With great cunning, Woody and Buzz manage to call Andy and the police. Sid is arrested, promising to return to take revenge someday, and Tommy recovers his friends. In Toy Story 9, Tommy receives a special gift from his father, Andy. Akira X, an anime-style action toy with artificial intelligence, its own voice, and impressive movements. From the first day, Tommy is fascinated and Akira becomes his favorite. At first, Woody and Buzz try to welcome him, but Akira looks at them with contempt, convinced of being a superior being, beginning to order the other toys around, demanding obedience, and creating a dictatorship inside the room. Woody tries to reason with him, and Buzz Lightyear reminds him that a toy exists to make its child happy, not to dominate, but Akira refuses to listen. One night, trying to control everything, Akira threatens to annihilate rebel toys, but by mistake falls from the window during a certain fight. In the morning, Tommy finds him broken at dawn. Woody and Buzz keep quiet, understanding that pride can also destroy a toy. Akira, seriously damaged, is welcomed by everyone, despite having acted quite badly, fully reconsidering and becoming part of Tommy's toys. In Toy Story 10, Buzz Lightyear and Jessie go out on a special date down the street trying to save their marriage. After many communication problems, upon returning from their date, they see Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head separate after a loud argument announcing their divorce. This hits Buzz and Jessie hard, who begin to fear that their love will also break someday. Then Heartbreak appears, a toy street villain who feeds on separating couples and sowing doubts about the toys. He had followed Buzz Lightyear and Jessie from the street. Heartbreak uses deceitful tricks to separate Buzz and Jessie. When he was about to achieve his goal, Woody and Bo Peep appear together, firm and brave. With cunning, they defeat the villain and demonstrate that true love does not give up easily. Moved, Buzz and Jessie give each other another chance. Although interestingly, Mr. Potato Head and Mrs. Potato Head are very happy living as divorcees and dating other toys, thus ending the Toy Story 10 movie.